And that is what I care to share with you about this. What good does it do for the people in Palestine? In your example, what good does it do for you to suffer? 2, does your suffering make their suffering good or justified? This is part 2. Last time we tuned in to Mother Gaia in the 5th dimensional frequency, and she is still here. This is the same day. I recorded this on the same day as that previous video, but because it was getting so long in the previous one, we have come back to do this second one. So I'm already tuned in to Mother Gaia, and if you are interested in her free flow channel where she just spoke through freely what she wanted to offer and share, then you can check that out so that you can tune into that. But for this one, she's agreed to do a Q&A with me so that I can come in. And she just needs to fine-tune this channel anchor a little bit deeper, because when we're doing a Q&A like this, rather than me just kind of sitting off to the side and letting her come in, I am trying to share. She's giving me the image of like the left brain and the right brain, as though she is in one and I am in the other. And so when we're doing a Q&A like this, it just takes a little bit more of a vibrational like moment to tune in. So she's just actually tuning in now deeper. And what I can see is my heart opening, and she's rooting my energy down more, because we're connecting into Gaia after all. So she's actually rooting me in. What she's showing me is that in the center of the earth is not fire. In the center of the earth is light. It is not fire, it is light. And that light beams through and up my spine. Okay. Gaia is just coming back in fully now. Andreas, what questions do you have that you would like me to answer? And I will do my best. I want you to know that I can't answer everything. I will try to answer in a way that makes sense. But sometimes the higher perspective is hard to linguistically share. For it is more of an energetic knowing. We are ready. Okay. What questions do you have that you would like me to answer for you? I want to understand more about, you were saying in the last channeling that despite the suffering in the world around us, that it's a choice to come into the heart space and to come into the now moment. But I wonder, like, does that not give the necessary validation and the necessary recognition of what's happening in the world currently? I'm thinking about, for example, the souls in Palestine that are suffering right now. And I guess I just feel a little bit like it's unfair to suggest that we can just be ignorant to that. What do you care to say about that? Yes. Andreas, I know that right now in your body you can feel this pain. This is because I, as your mother of all the humans, I feel all of it. I feel all of it, all the joy, all the suffering. I feel it all. And I love you all. And I do not suffer. No, I do not suffer despite the ability to feel it all. It is transmuted. And that is what I care to share with you about this. What good does it do for the people in Palestine, in your example? What good does it do for you to suffer? 2, does your suffering make their suffering good or justified? Does your suffering and your hatred towards others, perhaps perpetrator, the very notion of who the perpetrator is will be different based on who you speak to. And yet, does your hatred of the perpetrator make it better for those that are in the situation in Gaza? Does it? Energetically speaking, take all of the suffering that you are worried about for these people, these humans, and allow yourself to bring your conscious awareness and your love to it. Love it. Not to love the situation, not to say, I want this situation, but to take the pain and the suffering, to bring your conscious awareness to it and to love it like you would love a child that is ill or that is upset or that has just been bullied at school. You're not trying to take it. You're not trying to pretend it didn't happen or take it away. You're just loving them, and you are allowing your love to have an impact on them. And that is more beneficial than being in a state of outrage and anger, because that anger and outrage is only contributing to the energetic signature that is perpetuating the situation you don't want for those people. Andreas is asking about donation. Oh, should I bring money? And I would say to that, yes, if you can. And if you can't, because you're trying to put food on your own head, on your own table. If donating makes you feel so insecure that you can't put food on your own table, or you're worried and you feel obligated to donate large sums of money because that's what you've been told you must do to be a good citizen, don't do it. Because you're then going to bring your vibration way down. And that money will not be in the energy of abundance, loving, gifted, yummy, flowing energy. It will be in a space of scarcity money, which leaves you in scarcity. You do not have to be a martyr here. Do what you can do. But if you cannot do anything tangible in the sense of money or donations or supplies or whatever it is that you feel obligated potentially to do, if you can do it and you want to, please, of course. That loving reciprocity is one of the most beautiful things of the human species that you are doing. So please do. And if you feel like you can't, then what you can do is you can send love. Focus on love. Don't focus on the political outrage. Don't focus on all of these pieces. Instead, focus on the love, because that is the energy that is ultimately missing and that is needed there. I hope that answers the question. And I want you to know you can ask follow-up questions. Thank you for answering that question. I want to ask about like chemtrails and things like that, because in the message that came through, there was this discussion around like poisoning of the air and of the soil and of all of these attempts, and that these attempts are like no longer a thing. What can you say about that?